have since created a presentation based on a file, and now we want and have to fine-tune it. We have to edit it and create a presentation that is befitting to what we are still missing. And one of the first things that I want to use Copilot for is to create speaker notes. Anyone who has used the speaker view knows that it's very useful to have a structure of the content that you need to say for one slide present for yourself, in order to not lose your train of thoughts and get every point across that you need. And if we have a document like here with the product specification, in order to jumpstart the presentation, we can also use that in order to generate speaker notes, which is what I'm doing right now. Please generate speaker notes for all slides based on their respective contents. And this is a process that will happen in the background. We would be able to work with Copilot until it has been completed, and we're going to just wait it out. It won't take very long or long at all. It will pop up right over here. We have it open right away. And I haven't even really finished my train of thoughts. It's already here, and it's happening in full sentences. It's no bullet points. I have full-blown sentences that I can read aloud and use in order to present this slide. The ProTech Ultra 7000 is engineered for powerful gaming performance, capable of handling demanding games and graphic-intensive applications, yada, 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 right? So we have taken care of the speaker notes. In an instance, of course, we can fine-tune them, we can edit them to our heart's content and whatever we need. But for right now, I'm very much happy with that. Another thing we can do is we can change text. So if we look right here in the overview of ports and different connections that the device has, over here on the text box, we can access Copilot to automatically rewrite, condense, make the tone more professional, or even visualize it as a list, which is what I'm doing right now, because a list of ports seems like this is something that I could do over here and it could make sense. If I'm not quite satisfied with that, let's regenerate, give me a different variation of it. Right now, it seems to have slightly changed the title. Give me yet something else. Right now, just focusing on the title. I'm not very much appreciating that. I do prefer that it has the bullet points right now and not the numbering, the numeration. What I can do right now is I can jump back and forth in between the different versions in order to see whether I liked a different type best. To be frank, I preferred it originally best. It did not quite convince me, which is fine. I'm able to go back. I'm able to undo my mistake. Or if there is a version that you already like, but it's not quite there yet, and you regenerate another time, as you've seen, you can go back to the original if it was not an improvement, but has gotten worse. If we have a lot of text on the slide, like here, we can also use the function to automatically condense it. Works in the same manner. It's a little bit more overseeable. You can condense it even further until eventually it might just be one sentence that is explaining everything. And again, we can go and jump back and forth in between the versions. I want to keep it as is right now. Another thing that I want to do and want to show you is adding a whole new slide. With this builder, we are going to tell it that we want a alternative product to this product introduction based on our file, and we're going to reference ProTech 5000, which is another product that we have in English because, again, Spezifikation, that's German, and we want to show an alternative. Should they be not fully satisfied with what we've shown them in this presentation, we can highlight that there is another project to be seen. And right away, we are getting these slides. I'm satisfied with that. That is quite nice. I don't like the imagery, to be honest. We're talking about another computer, so I don't know why it is getting the tablets from. But when it comes to pictures, that is something that we can change just like we used to. Of course, I can also use Copilot in order to find some, excuse me, better images, but that is something that is very generic and very easily fixed. I can also use images as context for Copilot in order to maybe show him a graphic that I want to be included, at least with its context and understanding on the PowerPoint right now. But so far, this is what I'm going to show in terms of editing. I can also edit slides over here. However, if I try to some interactions are not working. If I try to change the tone here on this slide to be tailored to a CFO and more convincing, Copilot might not directly change something on the slide. That's why we have the text boxes. That's why we have to work within here in order to get that, or immediately on top of the slides in order to get the results over here. Instead, we are getting suggestions on how we can fine-tune it to that. So there is still limitations on what Copilot can and cannot do from the sidebar, but overall, I think there's been many improvements made, and eventually this also will be something that will be bridged in future versions.